Welcome to the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, where rude mechanicals do magic. Hello, I'm Bronze Age, Director of the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. And today we have a short video about a sad little rabbit lamp. Our rabbit is sad because he got knocked off the dresser and his switch was bent. And so he's been brought to the lab for a replacement switch. This is going to be a short video because there's really not much to this, but there is one interesting feature, which is this socket doesn't have any terminal screws on it. The wires on this socket are held in place with a little spring-loaded blade where you just stick the ends in there and it holds it tight when you try to pull them out. Now, since I'm not going to reuse this socket, I could just cut the wires off and toss it away, but that would actually make more work for me, because the little clip in here can be released with this simple tool, which is just a piece of piano wire stuck in a wooden dowel. I make these things up mostly as needed. These have little hooks on them with pulling wires and stuff like this. And this one is just a straight pick, which I just stick in here in the slot beside the wire, and then come back with a pair of needle nose pliers. It comes right out. Do the same thing on the other side. There's a little slot right beside the wire. When it goes in there, it pushes the blade back, and it just basically slips right out. Now, replacing the socket is the same as it is for any other lamp intended for use in North America. There will be a brass colored screw and a silver colored screw. And on the cord itself, there will be a smooth side, one wire, and the other wire will have a ridge on it. You run your finger across it and feel it. And this is a very important point when it comes to rewiring a lamp, as it comes down to safety in the home, because the side with the ridge goes to the wide prong of the plug. Now, for reasons too complicated to go into with the wiring in your house going back to your breaker, but let's just say that the smooth wire is called the hot wire. Both of them are just as hot as the other, but that's just the name we use for it. And the ridged wire is called the neutral wire. And when you wire the socket, the ridged wire goes to the silver screw, which goes to the shell. Smooth wire goes to the brass screw, which goes to the terminal inside there. Now, the reason all of this is like this is because in the event there's no bulb in the socket, someone comes into a dark room, reaches up in here, wants to turn on the lamp, but instead touches the shell because there's no bulb in the lamp. If this is wired to the hot side and the lamp, then they could get shocked. If it's wired properly, they would have to not only stick their finger all the way in, the switch would have to be turned on at the same time. So the chances of getting shocked if someone leaves a bulb out of a lamp, fairly small. And that's the North American solution. Europeans have slightly more complicated sockets and stuff like that. Both work about the same as far as keeping people from getting killed by their lamps. Now, as I said, the smooth wire goes on the copper screw, and you'll notice that these wires have been soldered so that the loose strands of wires don't all splay out. Any wire that goes underneath the screw has to be either a solid wire or stranded wires that have been soldered together, which is usually called tinning. The ridge wire goes to the silver. This type of socket doesn't have room in the base of it for the underwriter's loop. That's the little knot. keeps the cord from being pulled out of the socket. But I have a solution for that. Now, the underwriter's knock is one of those things people tend to disregard when they're wiring a lamp, but it's another one of those safety in the home features. Because what happens is, if you walk into a dark room, trip over a lamp cord, if that knot's not there, it could jerk the wires from underneath the screws, and suddenly you've got two live wires against a steel pipe. And back in the day when most lamps were all metal, that was a real hazard, because the person reaches down to pick it up and they could be electrocuted. Since we can't do that in this case, I'm putting this heavy twist tie, wire tie, around here as a lock, and that'll serve the purpose of the knot under the socket. So this is Bronze Age for the Secret Underground Laboratory. Thank you for watching this video. I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe. Tell all your friends about it. And if you have any questions or comments, you know where to put them. And I will see you in the next video.